Hi, I'm Todd Harman, General Manager of True Diamond Science. I'm here with Dave Coggin. Dave's an ex-MLB player and is the current owner-operator of PFA Academy out in Claremont, California. Dave, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah. What did sports mean to your family? And were you a one-sport guy, a two-sport, or were you a multi-sport guy growing up?
Definitely multi-sport. It was playing anything I could get my hands on. So like my big love as a fan was football.
Okay.
But I never really played it organized until I got to high school.
And then you get to high school. What sports were you playing at that point of your career?
Yeah, this is when sports really took off for me. I think it's kind of a combination of growing too at that time, hitting a growth spurts. Sophomore year, I was on varsity for baseball, and then I tell that story a lot to people that my sophomore year I played one game, and I pitched that one game, and that was all I did. But I was behind some really, really amazing players, some Division I guys that went on, played baseball, a catcher on our team that went on and won a World Series. So we did a lot of different stuff that I was able to learn from, which was kind of nice.
So at the time, were you frustrated by not getting on the field and
No,
getting action? Okay.
Absolutely not at all. I don't remember any of that. I don't remember being frustrated at all. I just remembered being a part of the process that, I was just looking up to these juniors and seniors. Nowadays, kids are panicking if they're freshmen and they haven't been offered a scholarship, and they haven't even made varsity yet. I'm like, hey guys, there's a couple steps we got to make here before we get kind of in that process.
And so how long did it take from the time you got drafted till you made your major league debut?
I was drafted in '95, and then my debut is '99. Now I did jump from AA to the big leagues to make my debut, and then pitched a couple of games, and went down to AAA, and then back up to the big leagues next year, played the whole year. So it was a pretty steady climb.
How much did your technique change during that period? Was it a major shift from what you were doing on the mound in high school, or was it more refinement?
Yeah, it was refinement in a sense. Knowing now what I know, boy, you could have done a better job with a lot of different things to kind of prolong a career.
Sure.
Rather than just, hey, this guy, let's just see if he can make it all the way through. So to me, that was a big part of just learning and understanding that.
One of the things I really like about your story is it didn't end with Major League Baseball. You were out of the game, and kind of want to know, as you were actually Major League Baseball, what were you looking at for your future and being in the workforce and in a career, and were you zeroing in on baseball right away, or did you explore other things?
Yeah, you go into it thinking, I'm going to have 10-year career and full pension and all these things, right? And baseball stops pretty quickly. So it was ready to go, hit the ground running, figure out what to do. Baseball is one of these small worlds, right? Everybody kind of knows each other, and they're willing to help if you personalize it and you ask for help. So I did. I started asking for recommendations, what to do, and the first one was a friend of mine, former teammate Dan Geis, who's now with the Yankees, and he said to me, hey, Tom House is going to USC, and he needs some help there. He was asking for somebody. If you want to go check it out, go for it. So I knew the name, but I don't really know anything about Tom, and so I got luckily hooked up with him. At the time, he was starting this NPA, Rod Dato Research Baseball Institute, so he was really this first person kind of getting into this collecting of data and slow motion analysis, and long before everybody was really kind of into it now. What I think I'd learned most from him was just two things. One, he was getting into the physical side of things and how to try to get more joint integrity and health, and learn how to make an athlete last longer, and that really kind of intrigued me because coming back from being injuries and all these things, I was really interested in that. I wanted to stay healthy, I wanted to keep other athletes healthy, and I wanted to start a program to basically bridge the gap from where the athlete gets hurt, he goes to the orthopedic surgeon or the doctor, and he says, okay, this is what the problem is, this is what you got to do with it. You either go to surgery or you go to rehab. So you get to physical therapy, and now you're back to that athlete again who was playing. So I thought there's the gap that I wanted to be in, and I thought I could bridge that and make that a place where athletes come out of being injured or non-injured, but they're going to use a different style, a different approach to training. And what I love about what we identified is it was that niche of kind of blending these two methodologies of keep them healthy and get them strong.
Right.
And then it's still going today. We're still doing some of the same things we do. We've added lots of cool stuff and lots of more robust exercises and programs now. And
another thing I really like about your business is it's not all about the facility, right? It's got many different platforms and levels to it.
Right. Yeah.
But I do want to talk about the facility because
Yeah.
viewers at home can kind of see it behind us.
Yeah.
You really don't see facilities like this in Southern California. This is massive.
This is amazing. Yeah.
It's got to feel really good to have started the business 11 years ago and now have one of the premier sort of brick and mortar facilities.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Tell us what goes on here on a daily basis.
Right. So the facility here is in Claremont, California, and it's 60,000 square feet. It's massive. You don't see those things in California.
No.
Not often anyway. And it's shared by some other sports in here, which I love. It's got this multi-sport dimension to it. The owner that I'm partnered with here is a volleyball guy. He brought in basketball. I have golf as well in here. We have fitness.
What athlete is PFA targeting? I love being in here because I'm seeing 8-year-olds getting hacks in the cages.
Yeah.
I can see some pretty elite high school guys over here training.
For sure.
Is there any particular age level here or ability level?
No, it's definitely, we're known kind of to have like a more elite level athlete, but that's not how they start.
Okay.
That's how they finish.
Right.
And that's important.
Yeah.
You know, I brag all the time. We take a kid that might get cut from his little league team, and by the end of the year, he's their all-star pitcher. We just want committed athletes that just want to show up. So if we get an athlete that's committed and he's driven and he wants to be here and he wants to learn and listen, he's going to be a beast.
Talking about showing athletes results, I want to talk a little bit about True Time Science now. And when we created the brand, you were one of the very first guys we approached, right? So you were there from day one. I think when we first talked, it was just kind of a concept and an idea.
Right. Yep.
And you've been a big part of the R&D process in terms of having athletes use the technologies here, use the bats.
Right.
Just give me a little bit of an idea of what you've seen evolve over the last 12 months or so being part of this thing.
It's gone fast. I mean, you go from sitting on the golf couch in a simulator, talking about the concept, measuring a kid for a bat. I mean, come on, that sounds like, why aren't we doing this? Like, why haven't we been doing this? Are you kidding me? I think that what you've established as the product of how I've seen you work with everybody, the involvement of your coaches and your staff and the technology and taking your time to get all the measurements and the data coming up here, rolling out that big, awesome batting cage.
Yeah,
and
the kids love it, right?
Oh, they love it. They love it. And then seeing a line of kids just can't wait to get in and swing it. And now I see, the measuring the bat, the weight, the distance of the measuring the kid, the wingspan, and all the details that go into that. I was like, wow, this is the real deal. They're really getting the right bat for you, which is awesome. That is really cool.
And then you were part of our launch. You hosted an event day one.
Yep.
And I think we wanted to get like 12 kids out, and I think we had over 30 show up.
Oh my God, they were just, and then you had probably double that, just looky-loos, wondering, what is this? And I think it was a tremendous event. And the bats, I mean, they just look amazing. Like just the logo, the feel, everything about it. You know, I was joking about it, but I'm on the advisory board, obviously, and I told you, I said, I must have done a really good job getting those guys' batting averages higher to be on an advisory board for a bat company.
You are our only pitcher.
Hey, good companies have diversity, right?
Yep, exactly. And we know you got a lot of top hitting instructors here as well.
Yes, exactly.
we appreciate you being part of it. When True comes in and does an event, beyond selling bats, obviously, does that help bring attention to your business and the academy?
Absolutely. Because for years we've been known as a pitching place, right? But as we told you earlier, it has always from day one started as a strength and conditioning place. We're proud of having just as an elite level hitting that we have had established in pitching and in strength training. It was always just the one missing link was we had high level pitching, we had high level strength training, we just had hitting, we just had hitting coaches. We didn't have like this name and this methodology or this company or something that would give it some beef, and that's what's been great about having you guys. And
beyond getting the kid into the right bat for their own game and ability level, every time they go through a fit, right, it's a learning experience for them. They're seeing that screen and they're learning about things like exit velocity and launch angles and smash factor. So we hope to bring more value to the parent and the coach and the player through these fit sessions as well. And is that something you've seen happening when we set up?
Oh, they're talking about it. They leave talking about it. They know about it. They can watch games now and understand it better. All those things are amazing. I'm just so lucky to have all that stuff here from you guys, because I wouldn't have had it here. It wouldn't have been stuff that I would have. So to have you guys coming in with all that information and seeing the now they're hitting, trying to hit it harder, they're getting more lessons, or they're trying to play for our teams, or whatever it is that they're trying to be involved with it, because you'd have to be blind not to see that we're going to be trying to give your kid the best available resource there is possible, whether you're a hitter or a pitcher. It's all going to be here.
Dave, really want to thank you for making the time for us today to talk a little bit about baseball, but more importantly, talking about the PFA business, what you and your coaches and instructors do here, and then learning about your personal journey as an athlete and now a coach who's really making a difference in the baseball industry.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the time we've had with True Diamond Science has been unbelievable the last 18 months, and just the ability to sit here and talk to you about all this stuff and to be able to talk science, talk data, see it all come together has been amazing. So I appreciate you guys coming as well.
Thank you, Dave.